Hey guys, what is up and welcome back to another Marvel Rivals video. In today's video, I'm going to be breaking down my concepts for both Sam Wilson's Captain America and the Red Hulk. I'm super excited to talk about this because I got done watching the new Captain America movie and I loved it. And so I wanted to imagine these characters in Marvel Rivals and talk about what their abilities would be, what they would look like, and how they would be different than their superhero counterparts like Captain America and the regular Hulk. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoy the video and drop a like if you do. If you guys are new here, make sure to subscribe if you like Marvel Rivals content. Other than that, let's jump right into the concept. So our first character is Sam Wilson's Captain America. Now, obviously, we already have Captain America in the game, but Sam Wilson is different in the fact that he has his falcon wings and can fly around. Personally, I like to call these his eagle wings, though, because he's, the symbol of America now. So I think it's only fitting to call them eagle wings now. But I made this concept really from scratch. I took a screenshot of the game and recreated every element of the background from scratch. So that way I could make a template so that way future videos would go a lot smoother. If you guys want me to show more of this process, I can try recording how I made this in the future, and I can drop the template file in the description or something if you guys want. So just leave a comment if you guys are interested in that. With that being said, some of the main character arts are drawn by different artists, so I'll leave that in the description, but everything from the background, the text, and the stylization of it, that stuff is all me. But I want to talk more about the moveset, so let's move on to that. Now, Captain America will be a 5-star difficulty because he has so many different abilities, especially air abilities, which can be complicated for new players. He has his primary fire, which is a shield/wing punch, where he alternates between the shield and wings, and if you hold down this fire, it will deal a knockback punch, distancing yourself from the enemy. He also will have a team-up ability with Captain America, Steve Rogers version, and where Steve and Sam gain an extra ability when fighting together, and by pressing X, you can ping nearby enemies to each other. So only to each other, not the rest of the team. So that way, if you're playing with two Captain Americas, they can see when the other one is in danger and lead the team to go help. His alternate fire would be a wing spin. So if characters are to the side or behind you, you can do a wing spin and his wings will attack the characters, giving you a second to breathe. Speaking of something like this, he will be able to have a wing cover move similar to May's iceberg in Overwatch, where you encase yourself for 8 seconds in a cage of your wings, blocking all incoming damage. This gives you a 8 seconds to think about what you're going to do next. Are you going to go up in the air? Are you going to fight? What you should do next, especially if you're on the point, which can help with overtime. This is also going to be a duelist character where Steve Rogers is a vanguard, so damage is going to be very important. Another ability he could have is an aerial dive. Captain America can fly around, and while you're flying, you might see a character below you that you want to attack. You can press E and you'll dive downward very quickly, holding your shield in front of you, protecting you from damage, just like he does in the movie. And then as you land on this character, your falcon wings or your eagle wings will come in and stab that opponent, dealing lots of damage. Another ability would be a flight boost. So you can either boost forward while you're flying, but this does use more jet fuel, so you kind of have to balance that. Or you can use left shift and space if you're on the ground, and this will help you quickly boost up in the air. This can really get you out of sticky situations as a duelist where you might need to get out of the fight if people are coming at you really fast. So you could do your wing cover and encase yourself for 8 seconds, take a second to breathe, and then flight boost in the air, and then aerial dive, dealing lots of damage, and then come in with that wing spin and do an awesome combo that could save the entire game. His ultimate ability, called the Star-Spangled Striker, would launch Captain America into the air, and you will rain fire with detachable feathers, just like in the movie, which I was super hyped to see because I'm a massive My Hero Academia fan, and if any of you guys know that show, there's a character on there named Hawks who has detachable feathers that deal lots of damage, and it would be so cool to see this type of gameplay in Marvel Rivals. And after you launch these different feathers that are made out of vibranium or adamantium, whatever we want to do, he finishes it off with a shield slam into the ground, cracking the ground, dealing lots of damage to the enemies surrounding. That's what I would want to see from Sam Wilson's Captain America. Definitely some air travel and using those wings to their fullest potential. Now, what about Red Hulk? Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross, he would be a 3-star Vanguard. I know we already have a Hulk as a Vanguard, but I think it's only right. But how can we differentiate Red Hulk from Bruce Banner's Hulk? Well, Red Hulk would be able to use a lot more of his fire abilities, which are very, very cool and would make for some awesome gameplay. So let's talk about it. Firstly, his primary fire would be his Meteor Fist, which would generate an area of effect for shockwaves. So the more you're punching, the more shockwaves are going to be created, distancing the enemy from your team, which is perfect for a Vanguard. He's also going to have a passive ability of a rage level. This rage level grows as the fight goes on. With each elimination and some other abilities I'll talk about in a second, this will increase your rage meter. When the rage meter is full, your primary fire will deal 20% extra damage, which is amazing for a Vanguard. For his alternate fire, he'll have the Thunderclap, similar to Bruce Banner's Hulk, except when you clap your hands together, this will send enemies blasting away from you, like I said, distancing the enemies from your team. He will also have a move called Unstoppable Force, where you can absorb incoming fire and it converts it to rage. So if you're really low on your rage meter, this is the perfect move to bust out, take some damage, and increase that rage level so that way you can deal more damage in this fight. But that's not where the fun ends. He'll also have a move called the Magma Stomp, where you stomp into the ground, sending out molten cracks. Enemies who step on these cracks will be dealt fire damage, which is super annoying in a game like this. But here's the kicker. If you have an increased rage level, it will add more cracks to the ground. So if your rage level is at the bottom, you might see 2 cracks on the ground, which might trip up some people, but probably not a lot. But if you're at maximum rage, imagine a giant field of molten cracks around the point that you're trying to capture. The enemies would have no other option but to flee, giving you the upper advantage. I think for a good mobility option, we would have our left shift be called Heat Surge. Once you press it, you leap into the air, and once you see somebody on the ground you want to smash, pause, you press it one more time, and you just launch yourself into the ground, destroying that opponent. But what about his ultimate ability? For Red Hulk's ultimate, I dubbed this the Eruption Overload. Red Hulk's rage bursts into an overload of flames and molten lava, and anywhere you run, lava and fire will trail behind you. Anyone who touches either the Red Hulk, if you're next to them, or touches the fire trail that you leave, will get a massive burn damage effect to their character. This would be super annoying, but for a Vanguard, it's perfect. Imagine you're on a point and you break out this ultimate and you just run a circle around the point. Now nobody can come into that point unless they want to get massive burn damage, which would be super annoying. It's like dealing with the new Human Torch move. Like, it's just a cage of fire. But I think that would really shake up the fight. That's all I have for these 2 characters though, but there's other characters from Brave New World that I'd love to talk about, like the Leader or Joaquin Torres version of the Falcon. So if you guys want to see those specifically, let me know down below in the comments. Or if you guys want to see any other characters broken down like this, let me know down below in the comments. I'd love to make more of these videos. I plan on doing a bigger concept for characters from the Mortal Kombat series, from DC and stuff like that. But I love talking about Marvel characters just as much. But with that being said, also let me know down below if you guys want to see the process behind making these, and maybe I can do a tutorial or maybe even a live stream of how I make these, and show you guys, the process, because I think that would be kind of interesting, but I don't know if you guys want to see that. So let me know down below in the comments. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to drop a like. And if you like Marvel Rivals content, make sure to subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to reach 30,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So if you want to help me with that goal, I'd appreciate it if you hit subscribe. With that being said, as always, have fun, be respectful, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks.